of notes about humiliation play. I get this a lot. Just humiliate me. I just want to be humiliated. I love humiliation. Or sometimes it's the other way around. Sometimes it's not humiliation, right? That's a hard limit. Do not humiliate me. I can't handle that. Well, here's the truth about humiliation play. Humiliation is deeply, deeply personal to every single individual person. So, what does it mean to be humiliated? What humiliates you? What words or actions do you find humiliating? And I'm going to tell you it is different for every single person that you talk to. And I'm gonna be honest, I love humiliation play. I think it's super hot. But something that I've had to learn over time and working with a lot of different people is that how deeply personal it is. And so now, whenever someone says to me, whenever they don't check their boxes and they want humiliation play, we have to have a very serious conversation about what humiliates you, right? What words are going to do it for you? What words are completely off limits for you? For example, you're doing verbal humiliation with someone and you call them a slutty little bitch and they love it. They go wild, they get wet or drippy or whatever, and they're just gaga over it. That's great. That's like the good humiliation, right? But you can take a different person and say the exact same words, you slutty little bitch, and it could really traumatize them. Like it could really, really hurt them. Now, the tricky part about all of this, some people usually they have some experience. Some people know, right? Like some people know what will do it for them, and so they'll be able to communicate. I like it when I'm on the floor. I like feeling small. I like being told I'm stupid. I like being told I'm a slut or whatever, right? Like they love that, and they'll be able to communicate and articulate that to you. The reverse side of that is that there are people who know something about humiliation does it for them, but they can't quite put their finger on what. And that's actually rather dangerous because when you are engaging in humiliation play, that is a very psychological sort of play, right? And again, it's different for everyone. And if they don't know, you can accidentally trigger a negative emotional response that can actually be kind of traumatic to some people. And you won't even mean to, right? Like you're just trying to give them what they wanted. You're just trying to give them the humiliation that they asked for. And that's called a landmine. When you accidentally step on one of those, you need to have that conversation ahead of time. Do you have any landmines? Do you have any triggers that you're aware of, right? And if we hit one, what are we going to do about it, right? What is that course of action? And so anytime I'm negotiating with someone who says they want humiliation play, I will ask them, this is hard for people because you have to get very specific, yes or no, and it feels like splicing hairs, but this matters, okay? Because one person can be called a slut and love it, and one person can be called a slut and it will just ruin them for the next month of their life. So you really, really have to be careful and specific. And I always say to people who ask for this kind of play, if I say something to you that you don't like, or rubs the wrong way for any reason, and it could have been okay last time, maybe it's not okay this time, I need you to speak up. I need you to say so, because I promise you it's not on purpose, right? I'm simply trying to facilitate the experience that you asked for with humiliation. So if we cross a boundary somewhere, maybe we don't know. Maybe it rubs differently today than it did last time. Maybe the circumstances have lined up in just the right way that this doesn't feel. Tell me, say so, and we will redirect, right? Because it's nothing to me to change the course of action. It's really not. But it's everything to you if we don't change the course of action. So I say to the bottoms who like humiliation, please, please, please speak up, and please understand that it is specific to you. And the only way to really get into that nitty-gritty specifics is to get to know the person, to spend a lot of time with them, right? To understand what works for them and what doesn't. And that's going to be a learning curve. That means sometimes you're going to bump up against things that don't work or you don't like. Maybe you didn't know you don't like them. Maybe you don't like them in this box. That's all okay. That's all something you can negotiate and navigate around as long as you speak up and say so, right? So what I say to you, For those of you who love humiliation as much as I do, spend some time doing some self-work to see what does it for you. Because for the top, for the dominant, we are genuinely getting off on your reaction. It is the humiliations, the flushed face, the embarrassment, the submission that comes along with being humiliated. We don't want to actually humiliate you. We don't want you mad at us. We don't want you feeling some kind of way when you walk out the door, right? We want you going, oh, that was great. Yeah, let's do it again. That's what we want. So you have to be able to communicate that. And it can be so specific. So specific. Negotiations are specific. When you talk about consent, it is specific. So you have to be able to articulate what specifically does it for you about humiliation, right? Again, it's a very psychological, it's a very mental brain sort of play. And so you've got to spend some time with yourself and understand what those key triggers are. Is it being on the floor? Is it being dirty? Is it being wet and drippy? Is it big toys? Is it, what is it? So as soon as you can learn to communicate that and also understand that it is a journey, it is a learning curve, it doesn't happen in a vacuum, it requires two people, right? Like someone can't humiliate you if you're not humiliated. If you're one of those people, bless you, bless you. If you are one of those people with no shame who will do like anything, good on you, like good on you, okay? Most people aren't quite wired that way, but there are some of you, and I know because I've played with you and I tried to humiliate you, and you just did all the things with wild abandon, and damn it, I couldn't humiliate you because you loved all of it. You might know who you are. Maybe. I don't even know if you're watching. But the point is that it is so, like, some people just will do all the things, don't have a shameful bone in their body, right? You can try and try. They love it. You try to humiliate them. You can't. And then there are other people that you don't even mean to. And they come out like, oh, I was so humiliated. And you're like, shit, I wasn't trying to. I didn't mean to. Right? And that's a conversation that you have to have because it is so specific. It's so specific. And the problem with this is that the harm that it can cause is not a tangible physical harm. It's not something you can see. It's not something you can triage easily. I can't put an ice pack on it, you know? So this is why you have to have those specific conversations, right? So here is your short answer. Question one of many through the Kinky Q&A. This is the kind of stuff we talk about on the Kinky Q&A. The Kinky Q&A is a once-a-month discussion. You can get on the Kinked Atlanta website and submit your anonymous question to the Kinky Q&A, kinkedatlanta.com, under Kinky Q&A, under our classes tab. You can send in your anonymous question, and then once a month we'll do a virtual discussion where we talk about the questions that are submitted. Some months we have really robust discussions, and some months I'm just spouting off the world according to Madam Jess. Depends on who logs into that session, but we always talk about relevant kink and BDSM and polyamory conversations. So I encourage you to log in once a month to the Kinky Q&A with me, Madam Jess, and submit your questions to kinkedatlanta.com under the Kinky Q&A. Can't wait to see you for the next one. This is the kind of stuff we talk about. It's kind of involved and kind of fun, and I hope to see you at the next one. All right, take care.